The Conjuring. Not talking about the entirety of the Conjuring universe, even though it's a story wise, horror wise, real good universe. We're going to talk about the first one that came out about 10 or 11 years ago. All right, starring Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga as Ed and Lorraine Warren. And this movie here is based off some true stuff. Now, of course, we know in movies and entertainment shows they tend to over they tend to over exaggerate certain things. So they try to make it more entertaining, trying to get the audience gauged in. This movie here, like, you see the chemistry between these two. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, you can't be married to somebody that's not going around investigating paranormal activities and you not in it. Like, this is something both of y'all have to be all in on. And both of them are in it. They're each other's yin and yang. The wife, she's bring what she brings to the table. She sees these visions and stuff. A lot of visions. Kind of remind me of like a Jean Grey, like, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Um, and the husband, he's kind of like a cyclops. He doesn't shoot lasers, but he's like a jack of all trades. He doesn't see the visions, but he's very good at what's the word, as far as the investigative part. All right, and trying to help the customers. He has brilliant customer service skills. Very good with the presentation part of it, and he performs exorcism. Even though he doesn't want to do that, he has to. If he'll do it if he needs to. But these two people, they are very very brave. They're very brave. The whole purpose of it is you have another family, mother and father. They have like five girls, yeah, and they moved to this house, the brand new house. House was ridiculously low for the price, for the size of it. And you come to find out why it was. The doggone house is freaking haunted. It's worse than haunted. Because not only is the house haunted, but whatever's in the house, it ends up haunting your spirit, your body. So, and it's one of those things that was like, hey, why don't y'all move from the house? Well, we put so much money down on this. Listen, the way I look at it, man, like, seriously, 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 man. Yeah, you put so much money down on it, but you're not going to be able to enjoy the house. You'll be dead. Okay? So go get a cheaper house. Get a one bed apartment if you have to. At least you're still living. The dog, sometimes you got to listen to dogs. Their dog didn't even want to step foot in the house. Didn't want to step foot in the house. That right there should let you know, oh, no, go call that realtor. Hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, hold up. No, 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 no. What the hell is going on in here? And I guess back then, people didn't hire inspectors to go inspect the house. That's what we did with our house, like, what, 12 years ago, whatever. So it's like, I mean, like, man, that just trips me out. It's like, how do you buy a house and you haven't seen it? I took a walk through and you spend your hard earned money for that. Nothing's free. If it seems like a deal is too good to be true, well, guess what? It is. It's too good to be true. It's better to be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have passed up on that deal. That's why in life you got to learn how to live with regrets. It would have been better to live with the regret of not buying the house instead of buying it. Come on, man. Who y'all fooling here? You knew you couldn't afford the doggone house on what its normal value was. So why would you go to the house? Come on, man. But anyways, had they did something that made logically sense, we wouldn't have a movie, would we? All right. So, but the dog would refuse to go in the house. So they kept the dog out there overnight. Then wake up, bam, dog's dead. So, like, y'all not worried about what killed the dog, huh? Y'all think it's an animal and you don't know what it is. And Lorraine goes to help them. And they got more than they bargained for initially. And I'm going to tell you something. Anna and Lorraine, they are some great people. They have a daughter at home. The grandma was watching the daughter. But I'll be so worried about my kid. Because it's like, God damn, look what's going on, man. And what happened was is that the people, when they wanted to move out the house, the spirit wouldn't let certain people, individuals, leave the house. The bad spirit, you know. And see, what I notice in these movies, number one, the family, like, you gotta be closer to God. I'm not saying just because you're close to God, you can't get possessed by something bad. I don't know how that works, but it's like you got to call on the Holy Spirit of the Lord, man. And what trips me out a lot of these movies, a lot of the people they don't do that. I don't know if they write it that way intentionally or what, but it's like, hey man, like, hey, go to God. And in this movie, yeah, he was saying you were not really church going people, but it's like, what is gonna make you do that? And hey, you don't gotta go to the church because the church is in our body and our souls. That's what we learn. Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church. So I shout out to DZ, Pastor DZ Cofield. But you know, go pick the book up, the good book, and read some scriptures or something, man. Or go call and talk to somebody you know that's very familiar with the book that can help you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you got to do the work too. Ed and Lorraine was doing everything, man. It's like y'all got to do something too, man. You can't kick the demon's ass, so it's like physically. So it's like try to kick the demon's ass by praying to God. All right, so that right there, and that's the thing, man. When you know better, you do better. I grew up in church and stuff, and a lot of times I didn't take church serious, but I do take the Lord serious now, definitely. And the thing about it is, you know better, you do better. So it's like when I watch movies like this, it's like, man, y'all need to be praying too. It's great to have Anne and Lorraine there. Thank God they were there, but y'all have to pray too. Maybe you should start going to church. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to do something to cast the demons out. And I'm not trying to say the man, the husband, and the family members they wasn't trying. Like they was trying what they knew best. Which in that situation, none of us we don't know how we would respond. I just hope nobody else had to deal with that type of stuff in real life. But this movie here, man, I remember like this movie didn't really creep me out until like the third time I saw it, because I think maybe the first two times I wasn't really paying attention to it. But you know, because Lorraine's character, her character was getting worse and worse while she was over there to a point where her husband was like, "Hey, we need to go," and I like that because he was trying to protect his wife at all costs. But at the same time, you know, you want to save this family, you know. And of course they did. Spoiler alert, they did. The movie been out for 11 to 12 years. Go check it out. You'll like it. But this is see this movie here, like there was an era where like from 2008 to like 2012, 11, it was dominated by the paranormal activity movies. It had the Saw movies too, but the paranormal activity movies too was being very dominant. And the paranormal activity movies, that's shot up, make it seem like it's found footage. You know what I'm saying? Just shoot with your camera at home. But this movie here is an actual movie, and it I think it allowed it took the things we saw in paranormal activity being recorded on just home video. They was able to bring a cinematic element to it. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things that we wouldn't be able to see. Because in the paranormal activity movies, for the most part, you didn't see the demons, but you can see them in this movie at times or whatever. So I thought that was good. You know what I'm saying? But real good movie, man. Scale to 1 to 10. After rewatching it, I give this movie an 8. Real good movie. No wonder this movie has. I think they have like 5 or 6 movies, man. Like James Wan knows what he's doing, man. That dude there is a genius, man. Genius. Part of the Saw franchise. I mean, he created the Saw franchise and he created the Conjuring franchise. Him and Lee Winnell. So that's incredible, man. That's incredible. But anyways, hey, check out The Conjuring. Share your thoughts and let me know what you think. You like movies, you like sports, that means you like me. You like my channel. Hit the subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.